Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I'm sharing a thought with parents with regards to the use of ChatGPT by our children. It's been a concern. I've been with fellow parents who express concern for of their children using ChatGPT and similar products to carry out their homeworks, their schoolwork, and all of that. I share their concern. In fact, I wouldn't be happy if my children just get to ChatGPT, put a problem there, it spits out a solution, and they just copy that and then send it to their teachers and so on like that. That is not going to be helping them to learn at all. But if we look at the developments, much of our world today is not going to be same tomorrow. Structures may be the same, but the way things happen is definitely going to change. So I look back at the time where we were, you know, told not to use calculators when we do our mathematics exams and so on. Over time, that changed, and we started using it. And there were also times where we were told not to do our assignments, like something like using Microsoft Excel to use to automate solutions and then try to get what the answers is. Today, it's a different thing entirely. In many institutions, you have kids. Like in secondary school, uh, required to come to school with a laptop, and so on like that. So things are changing, and we need to see these AI tools as assistants or we call them agents, by which we can use to carry out things. The interesting thing is that over the coming years, we're going to see that knowledge, acquisition of knowledge, is not going to be the problem because knowledge will be right there, before you. You have it in your phones, you have it in your computers, you can see it in your social media, every other thing like that. It's just there. So what is happening now is that much of the knowledge we need is now available within within the reach of a keyboard. You get it? And our children are going to live in a world that's relatively different from the way we have it and has been coming all the while. So we need to make it possible for them to, use these tools, but in the right way. Use these tools, but in the right way. And that is what I'm encouraging parents to do in this video. Even if you can't use these tools, it will be good for you maybe during their holidays and others. Try to make them see how they can use these tools. But while using this tool, the main thing you're going to help them see is that in the future, the real work is going to be finding solutions to problems and solving those problems. That's going to be the real work. And you can't do that kind of work without understanding the process, the concepts of things, which we already have in tools like these learning models. So what you just need to do is help them see how they can use it. For example, if they have a math question and it borders on algebra, rather than throw the math question there and get the solution, why not ask ChatGPT to teach you algebra, this time linear equations or quadratic equations? Can you help me get a good understanding of it so that I can solve it? ChatGPT does a wonderful work in doing things like that. Now, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to attempt that I'm learning some concepts that I didn't do much of it in school, but I just want to follow the thought process. And this time, I'm going to show you how ChatGPT can be used to learn topics within physics, physics. So just watch what I show you now. So this is where I have, tried to, ask ChatGPT that it should do something for me. So here you can see is that I've told it that I'm a secondary school student. I want to understand the laws of motion in physics, create a learning outline. This is very important. Teach your child that whenever they want to learn anything, they should ask ChatGPT to create a learning outline, because that learning outline is going to be a guide at which you process the entire learning process of that topic. See, so create a learning outline that will help me reference topics while you explain. And so it's giving us that, you see, it gives us all of this, you see. So it's giving us the different things that will be explained. So you can easily pick each of these things and, explain them. So if you section 4.1, section 4.2, section 4.3, I might want to ask further questions there. I'll be able to, reference them and then show you that. So it finished and said that, okay, these are review and practice questions on resolving numeric problems. So it's going to give you problems different from what he or she might have been given in school. You get it? So those things would now help ram the understanding in his mind. So like you can see how we'll proceed. So it tells us how we'll proceed about everything. But I just realized that I told you, please include review questions after each section in the learning outline. Let's start with the introduction. So now you see it wrote out the outline again, and it had review questions. You get it? It had review questions for each section here. You get it? So these questions is going to help your child to learn using ChatGPT. And we say, let's begin with the introduction. And so it gives me an introduction. It gives me a definition, types, scalar and vector. And, so it says a scalar is a quantity with only magnitude, speed, e.g. speed and distance. And then it says a vector, the quantities, it's got quantities with magnitude and direction, and it gives me this velocity and displacement and so on like that. So what I did was to act like I'm a child that I'm finding it to understand some of the concepts of of physics. You see, so I write here, please, does what does it mean in the definition when it uses with respect to time and its surrounding? And this is the good thing about ChatGPT, because um, a teacher might not have the patience to, listen to your child ask questions or questions. Sometimes they feel that the question the child is asking is so meaningless. Why are you asking me that question? Why you find it difficult to understand? Chat GPT will never tell you that. See, it tells you that this is a great question, even if the question might look why I'm asking this question. It tells me it's a great question. The child gets to see that, yes, I'm able to ask questions. I'm able to ask great questions. And it goes straight to explain each of them, you see. So now let's do something like it. Now it's called magnitude. You see, I can tell you, can you illustrate, illustrate what magnitude is? So that's magnitude. What magnitude is all about. You get it. So I'm going to hit my enter button and you can see that it's helping me to understand. It says, sure, let's break down magnitude with a simple as well. Magnitude refers to size. So you can see that that is something that I didn't see here. But here it is now breaking it into that. It's size or amount of a physical quantity. It tells us how much of something exists, but doesn't include direction, and it gives us examples. So you see, your child is able to, understand these bits in a theory and is able to bring them all together to get a rounded understanding of whatever topic they're learning. You see, you could do this for just any topic and you'll be able to get things. You'll be able to get things right. You get it. So it says if someone says, I ran 5 kilometers, the magnitude is, remember, how much is 5 kilometers? It tells us the amount, but not the direction of the run. You see, and it goes straight to even give you illustrating magnitude with examples. Can you see? It just gives you everything. You get it. So, so many things like that can be used in ChatGPT to help your child. So, rather than your child seeing ChatGPT as a solver, a solution provider for their homework and their assignment, we just need to help them see that ChatGPT can be an instructor, can be an assistant teacher, can be somebody that can guide you in your understanding of concepts in schools. That when you understand those concepts, I mean, when you break it into its different parts, you know, the child is able to use that knowledge to apply it in solving things, to find solutions to things, to solve problems. Because when they just go there, the solution provider, give it its assignment, get it out, copy it out, send it to them, they don't they don't benefit from the knowledge. So you're asking them tomorrow based on so, what did you learn and all of that. I mean, they are not able to see anything like that. But when we help them to see that, look, if you don't understand it, ask questions, and ChatGPT is ready to break it down so that you understand not just the concept alone, but how you can go about to solve problems in processes. So this is why I felt like bringing this before you. I know there are, many views about this. Some might feel that, oh, if my child has access to something like that, it might drift away. I share those concerns too. But what do we do? We're living in a world where um, we can check out anytime we like, but we can never leave, like Hotel California, So we're already in it. And what we have to do is manage it to get the best out of it. So any way you feel you can, make your child not, get distracted with things you don't want them to see. If there is any way you can do that, do that. But why they get the benefit of using tools like ChatGPT and similar tools of that nature, because they will be competing with these things in the future. The best thing is for a child to be able to reason, solve problems, and so on with his counterpart in other parts of the world. Take for instance, if we go back in time, most of us may have found work around our immediate environment, inside our countries, and so on. But can you see the level of migration that is taking place now? Somebody from the far east is working in the far west, and they are able to relate with others and be able to do work as teams together and all of that. Well, that simply means that if a child in the US is using ChatGPT to learn, it's very, very important that a child in China or wherever uses the same thing. And so they are able to, interact at par, in the future. So why do I say this? Because I was a student of business, and a spreadsheet was not something that was taught in depth in our universities. We were given introductions to it, but the scale at which the real work wanted us to work with spreadsheets, we had no knowledge of that. So you come out as a graduate, but you're not able to use these things the way you should use them, you know, as expertly as you can use them. So we had to come out and learn. We have to meet. But you just see your counterparts who says that, sorry, oh, I used this to solve, problems back in my university days. I used it for my project. That is why I'm good at it, and something like that. We don't want to have our kids have that experience in the future. And so it would help for us to, give them an opportunity to learn as best as they can, to have quality training, quality learning, and ChatGPT and similar products can give you that. So that's just my thought. I felt like sharing it with you. And if you have other thoughts about it, please let's know your thoughts. Comment below. It's an interesting topic, and I would like to know your views, and possibly that could lead to all of us getting to see how we can exploit these two for the benefit of all, for the benefit of mankind. Thank you very much. I'll see you in another video.